Okay, we can start, I think, with a small delay, but anyway, we propose finish without coffee. So. No, there was no coffee, but there will be no coffee here. I would like to welcome you very warmly at our workshop on tourist marketing in Baltic Sea region. I hope that this meeting will be a good chance to discuss, to exchange our experience and experience about efficient solutions for tourist marketing. Brave decision, good solution, creative solutions are the key to success in terms of building an attractive image and perception of Baltic as a competitive, attractive tourist destination. I believe that our speakers will inspire you acting and asking the questions. Today we invited 4 experts from Poland, but with foreign experience. Let me introduce them. I would like to introduce you Mr. Cezary Molski, Deputy Manager of Regional Cooperation Department from Polish National Tourist Office. Mr. Hubert Gonera, co-owner of marketing company Landbrand. Mr. Artur Żyrkowski, for Agency for Promotion of Cities and Regions. And Mrs. Krystyna Hartenberger, Patent Director of Pomorskie Tourist Board. At today's meeting, we would like to try to answer the following questions. Let's look if attractiveness of Baltic Sea region meets the expectation of tourists. Is it the first destination when we think about our holidays? Do we choose Baltic Sea region as our first destination? Or maybe we choose other destinations because they are more promising. Secondly, how to distinguish Baltic Sea region on tourism market? What tourist offer is prepared for us? Is it worth it to know? Then, how to pay attention to the tourist offer of the Baltic Sea region? What will return our attention during we are surrounded by advertisement and seducers? And finally, what marketing tools should we use? Let me first invite Mr. Cezary Molski and give him the floor. Cezary, I'd like to ask you for a small introduction. And could you focus on key relations in the context of tourist area and product marketing, please?
I hope they will manage to do so. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll try to, during my presentation, to show you the practical side when I was young. When I've been a tour leader and I was making cycling trips around the Baltic Sea, and how we could sell these tours to the people, because normally Baltic was, they have their own image of Baltic Sea. So I'd like to start with some Schwerpunkte, wie die Deutschen sagen. So I tried to highlight the problem, and then through the motivation of our today's customers, I will go through the challenges we have to face. I try to link my presentation also with the plenary session that we already have before our workshop, because there was many things said about marketing, PR marketing, and I just do not want to judge the last presentation, but these 6 wonders of Baltic Sea contest could be made much better if we really rely on not only on marketing but also PR and cooperation. Everything depends on cooperation, also between the people, between many stakeholders, and it will be, I think, at the end I will try to make the summary through this idea. What do we have nowadays? We have actually 9 countries. Most of the people, most of the customers do not think about how many countries actually are around the Baltic Sea, and because they see the different ones they want to see. If they want to experience from hitchhiking or make the trips with the rucksack, they will choose north of Sweden or Finland, because it's very hard to go there, you should really plan this trip on their own. So it is very multi-diversified, because in the south part of Baltic we offer something else. We mainly focus on cities, for example, or the culture. So we have many differences between the countries that are surrounding the Baltic Sea, and it's really hard nowadays to talk about one destination, because it's not seen as a destination; it is seen as a diversity of countries. Why is that, and how we can manage to link it together with the motivation of the people? Nowadays people think about the tourism because through the main, that's my suggestion, through the main three areas. They want to feel fulfilled. They want to go through their own ideas. For example, last year I made my motorcycle trip, 5,000 kilometers, because I wanted to do for many years, still when I'm not so young, before I get married or before I will get children. And that is why they want, they want to escape, to be fulfilled, so they want to go through their own ideas, their own dreams, and this is also a kind of escape or to find authenticity. So, for example, they choose something different than they usually do. For example, 2 years ago, I made a trip to Romania by car. Last year by motorcycle. What will I do next year? I don't know, because I have to discover my own motivation, what I want to do and in which way. And so this is because I want to escape from my usual day, which is overwhelmed by work. We can buy. So for the luxurious approach to the tourism. We want to show off sometimes, or we want to show that we have experienced something different than the other people. Maldives and other islands really far away from this part of the world. I mean, from Europe, they are not so interesting anymore. Why? Because it's only 3S there. Nowadays, people want to shine with something different, with something unusual. So that is why we think about going to the stars. That's why we think going to experience very dangerous things during our, the safe danger, so-called safe danger during our, holidays. And fly and flop, something which is really common to the coastal maritime tourism. So of course 3S, but a bit different, a bit more of the high quality with spas, despite the weather. So this 1S which is connected with the sun plays not so high role anymore. But we should deliver, just like in Warnemünde, for example, we have to deliver the high quality. And the difference between many small local destinations for the families or the people who really want to rest. But actively rest, so we have to deliver the quality which is fulfilled as a full offer for the whole time of the spend. It is not just the room, not just the sand, the seaside or the restaurants. This is something more. Okay, how can we link it with the trends? I already expressed my stress during the work, and I think it is we are fulfilled nowadays. With the stress, and that is why we want to really escape. So it means to do something else that we usually have done already in previous years during our holidays. Escape, I think, so the idea is not broadened by the offer. It shouldn't be brought by the offer that we already have on the market. So the offer should be made for the client and should really extend the views. What can we do at the Baltic states, or what can we do at the seaside? What can we do in the region? Because nowadays we think, okay, sea, seaside, sand, sun, and something different. That's the usual common view. That is why they do not want to choose this part, because they have the Mediterranean Sea, which offers this, the same, almost the same, and almost make a difference, almost the same quality, but sometimes cheaper, with the better weather conditions, and escape means that we can, because we have diversified possibilities of activities and also of the attractions, to really find something extreme, to have the emotional recharge, not only laying on the beach, and to find, for example, the equal approach with only not physical but also emotional and soul conditions, because people want to really have the rest, not only to be active, but they go deeper and deeper inside themselves to find emotional peace in yourselves. And that is why we go from escape through experience to authentic. Authenticity, which is, if I go somewhere, I want to see the real life, not the real life of the African villages, which were everywhere focus on clients coming from the Europe or the US or any part of the world, and everyone is selling every little piece of water on many souvenirs, because they are really relying on tourism. The people want to see the real life. So, for example, if we on one hand we do not expand, for example, maritime industry, then we can use it to expand and to find the new tourism product, because people want to really see how to catch fish in Baltic Sea. This kind of change, this kind of really authentic things that the tourists can rejoin. That's what they want to be part of when we talk about authenticity. Okay, 9 countries, different ones, and in my opinion, unknown. Unknown as a destination, because they are cold and far. When we mean Baltic, if we mean Sweden, we mean Stockholm. When we mean Finland, we mean also the other cities. Nokia, for example. We have really the linkage. We try to find the linkages between different countries, but not with the Baltic Sea. Just as we have in the plenary session, we've seen that Baltic do not exist as just like Mediterranean Sea, for example, as a destination together. We are acting separately. That is why we need, and I want to link it with my experience as a tour leader, common quality, continuous plot. So we have to, for example, through tourism product, show the people that we have something to offer in common. Just like this 1,200 kilometers tour on bicycles through Alpec, durch Sassnitz, Rostock, then weiter nach Kopenhagen, and so then goes to Trelleborg and go to Karlskrona, Bornholm. It was just one tour that we will have really sold not as the Baltic ones, but through the Baltic states. But people afterwards, they want to go twice for the second time, and also they encourage other people, other customers to go to experience something more than a bicycle. This is only it was the way of showing them that there's not only different countries, but one part, one destination. And they really were impressed, because in every country we focus on different things. Kurhäuser und Spas, it was in Germany. In Copenhagen, in Denmark, we focus mainly on nature. And in Sweden, we try to show the castles, mainly private ones, and small village, and also the customs of the Swedish people. And afterwards, we went to Bornholm, which is really the cycling island, as a destination for the cyclists, and when they could really go round and through the island only for them, which was really made for them as a tourist destination, as a tourist product. What I want to show you is also the similarities, how it is made nowadays. And for many years, because I have also cycled and to go on water through the Donau and Dunav, or the Donarea, the Dunav river. Danube. They made as a foundation the Donau. They made maybe not the destination, but a really tourist product over regional. And focus on the really three things: water tourists, bike tourists, and traveling by car. And they, through these three main tourist themes, they have to offer. They had the offer for everybody. They had to, but they are marketed through those three themes and combining them together for one tourist product. In different countries and in different regions, also for example in Austria, they are making the promotion for their own part of the region. But still, you can go through all those countries, and you can also buy this tourist product as a tourist offer from specific tour operators. They are really active there. That is why I like the initiative of Enjoy South Baltic, because it is really focused on tour operators. We cannot do that as authorities, regional, local or national ones, deliver the offer. The offer is delivered by the market and stakeholders of the market. I mean the tour operators. And they are making it real what we think about destination and what we think about the tourist product, because they are giving the possibility to buy something real in tourism as an experience on cycling or the water or something in different ways. The challenge for us. This is why yesterday, talking about the 5th Baltic Forum, I suggested to link somehow through the experts or for the politicians, to link somehow other sea regions from Europe, especially Mediterranean, together, to show that maritime tourists and maritime destinations mainly, they play a really great role for the tourism development in Europe. Nowadays they have 300 million tourist arrivals in Mediterranean region. They want to have 500 million tourist arrivals. So that is why we have to act together, just like Agora to Zero should be linked with Enjoy South Baltic, because me as a representative of the National Tourist Board, I want to make the promotion just like I did for New Seven Wonders Foundation and worldwide. So worldwide we made this contest. I haven't heard about this contest. I just have received the information just before this conference. Why have nobody have made link the partners just like me to make the campaign together. We are acting with the Central Tourism together. We can really make the leap forward if we act together concerning the specific tourist development of specific tourist product, communication of selected tourist product, just like they did in Danube region, and to find branding foundations for Baltic, not the different states of this region. I think we have to somehow answer, maybe not today, but I really want to do that as soon as possible. Who really is our target audience? I just want to answer only this one question. For me, it is internal marketing. We do not, and Agora have started this idea to, with this contest, to convince people that our region is really interesting, but still we have to market, to make the real promotion inside our core market and our target group, to the people who are living around the Baltic, because we do know each other and are really keen on to find out who really Swedish or Finnish people or Danish people are. And at the end, some graphics. We cannot do the branding foundations and to go on with PR marketing if we do not link those three parts. I mean, authorities on local and regional and also national level already are here. Tourist industry, I can ask you, how many people from you are representing tourist industry? Not many. Not many. Thank you. And marketing stakeholders, I think we are already here as a Mecklenburg-Vorpommern Tourismusverband und many others, but still, if we want to go on with the remarketing, talking about Baltic as a destination, we need those three stakeholders.
Thank you very much, Cezary. Thank you very much for interesting speech, not too long. I'd like to ask Hubert, could you share with your experience in terms of discovering new fields to tourism, less known, less visible destination, please?
Thank you, Marta. Thank you very much. After Cezary, I get a feeling that everything was already said, and his excellent English gives me really not a good position to continue, but I do my best to keep you awake for at least a quarter. Then I'll pass my floor to the next speaker, to Artur. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for this invitation and the great possibility to think with you about the Baltic brand as a future brand, as a common brand for all the Baltic cities and all the Baltic states. When I was listening to what was said by DWIF Consulting, and then after the 6 Baltic Wonder contest, I was thinking, should we think about the Baltic or maybe the Ostsee, because Baltic does not exist in Germany? That's the question I would like to pose today. And then should we fight and focus on the Southern Baltic only and distinguish between the Southern Baltic, that is totally new, unknown destination because of political divergences of the past, and is distinguished from the Scandinavia. That is already a very strong brand. Worldwide level, Scandinavia is one of the strongest brands, I would say. Because when you see at the Anhalt country brand index, you'll always find in the first 3 best image countries: Sweden, Denmark, and sometimes Finland in the 4th, 6th, 7th position. So, generally speaking, Baltic as a whole destination does not exist. That's the fact. Now we should think about the foundation of what Baltic can commonly be in terms of tourism, in terms of image, in terms of marketing. Because it's something we'd like to work out not only today, but throughout the years, I suppose, of cooperation. I would like to focus on 4 main points in this presentation. First of all, the general question: what the Baltic brand, what the Baltic trademark can be like. I'm not very original in this, what I'd like to say, because that's the quote from some of our colleagues. In Gdynia 2 years ago on International Economic Forum, our colleague Bo from Baltic Cruise, Bo Larsen from Baltic Cruise, gave an excellent parallel of what Baltic bread can be. Let's think about the candy shop. Everybody likes candies, yes, but everybody's got its favorite candies. Nobody likes all the candies. And Baltic, in a parallel, can be treated as a candy shop. And the candy shop approach is really something relevant for what we have in the Baltic states, in Baltic countries, and we now have to communicate all together. So we're rather not the candy owner, and we are not communicating one candy to the market, but we're the candy shop owner. And now we're thinking about what the trademark, what the marketing foundation, as Cezary said, for this candy shop should we consider as our best. In Poland we've got, for instance, something that is called the Wedel mixture. It's the candy mixture, and I can bet $1 versus the nuts that everybody's got its own favorite sweets from this. But as Cezary said, what to do first? First of all, we need to open our eyes to what we already have. Already, over 9 countries from the Baltic Sea region, depending on the Belarus, if we count it or not, cover more than 100 million of citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, think for a while. 100 million customers, possible customers that generally know our brand very well. They know our brand very well. In my opinion, this 1/5 of a European Union, the internal market we've got really, I would say very close to us, is very easy to be reached. Why? Because to this 100 people, Baltic is the first sea experience. Let's think for a while. What was the first sea we visited? As Cezary said, somewhere at the top of the sea rankings there are the Maldives, there are the Haiti, there is a Mediterranean as a second sea. But where did we see the sea for the first time? It was, of course, the Baltic seashore. We spent the holidays with our family, we fell in love there, we tried the sailing, we tried the fishing, we done a lot of different things that are very deep in our emotions, that are very deep in our memories. And that's the first aspect that is a handicap in a Baltic Sea promotion. This 100 million Europeans customers market is really a huge opportunity we do have for the start. And in the first step, we should do the work with them. That's the examples of what the memories connected with Baltic can be. The biggest music festival in Poland and in Europe. Now it's in the Baltic Sea shore. You can see the Baltic Sea from the Heineken opener. The first fresh fish and chips you ate is probably on the Baltic Sea. The first kiss, the first stay on the beach with a girl is on the Baltic Sea. The first sailing, the first and so on and so on and so. That's the very deep emotions we can base on. That's really some excellent step that is already taken for us. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to pose a question and give some answers to what the candies in the candy shop we own are, what the taste of the candies are. Of course, what was already said for 100 times, unspoiled nature is one of these candies we've got. I would like to give you in the second point of my presentation some example of this nature-basis promotion. Then we've got the Scandinavia, with the Scandinavia design, and that's really that one of the strongest aspects in terms of economy we've got in Baltic, but also it can be used as a tourism motivator. Design is very, very up to date now. All the worldwide, especially in, I think in Poland now, design is really a hot topic. There are a lot of regional design centers. There is really a huge trend of being close to design, of having design things and so on. Now one of the destinations, the Helsinki, the Finland, the far and cold destination, the very far and cold destination, the Santa Claus destination, decided to build a brand on the design. And I would like to tell you why they did such a decision and what are the consequences of this decision. Then we've got some candies like post-USSR that is really very well selling item globally to United States, to the old European Union, and we can think a lot of it because we have some bitter history, I would say, but it sells well. It sells well. The example is St. Petersburg with its really astonishing growing numbers in the cruise visits each year. Now we've got a new Europe that I represent, the Poland, the Lithuania, and so on, the Baltic states, but it's really very interesting to the old Europe as well. What we have also in this basket with candies is the old good Hansa, as a trade guild which was very well organized, gave us great heritage in terms of architecture, in terms of harbors, in terms of medieval and Renaissance cities and so on. And something also that sells extremely well in Poland and globally as a trend as well is a culinary. Culinary of Baltic tradition, of fish, beers and vodka traditions that also sells well, and not only to the old people, I would say. In Poland now, culinary teams are the best-selling teams in TV. The highest prices on advertisements you've got before the culinary program. We've got some crazy cook that is called Magda Gessler, that is Polish Gordon Ramsay, and she's the best-selling TV program, is a culinary. Now in Poland everybody knows how to be a chef, how to run a restaurant, and the next step is to show people the restaurants around the Baltic. Why do I say so? Because there is one huge phenomenon on the Baltic seashore. There is Copenhagen and Stockholm. Those two cities have a really outstanding offer and one of the best restaurants in the world. The best restaurant in the world, normal restaurant, is located in Copenhagen. The 49th restaurant in the world is located in Copenhagen. The best chef in the world works in Copenhagen. 3 of the 50 best world restaurants are located in Stockholm. And in Poland, we've got really an outstanding opportunity of chefs that are working together in the free city, that are also making a very modern culinary offer that may be as well a motivator to tourism. I only want to show you the Germans, the example of Gosh Sylt, the restaurant chain that based on the North Sea seafood. It's a very good example of how even Baltic seafood can be promoted because somebody did it with a spectacular success of a Gosh Sylt. I don't know what about the time. We still have some. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. 3 points more. Now the example of a nature-based branding. There is a place in Poland that was close to the audience for almost 50 years. Why? We would like to pose the question. Maybe because of a national park we've got in the borders of this place. The answer may be yes, but the true answer was this place was inhabited by a top secret Warsaw-Pact garrison of air missiles that nobody knew that existed. These air missiles were located in the nature reserves that were totally close to the audience. And even on the military maps, there was no point that this missile garrison existed in Smoldzino commune. After the situation, the political situation changed, we opened our eyes, and what appeared? That in the center of a national reserve, we had a great net of cement roads that were very robust, and the 100 tons missiles on the tanks were transported in this chain of roads. And now when there is no military base in this place, we pose the question, what to do with it? The leader of this commune asked us a question, how could we promote our little commune? We're 50 years behind everyone. there are places like Ustka, like Weba, one from the left, other from the right-hand side, and they are beating for the title the summer capital of the Baltic Sea in Poland. And now we don't have even a small harbor on the sea coast. That's really a problem for us, she said. And I said, why a problem? It's the biggest privilege we've got. You are the only unspoiled Baltic we've got in Poland because of this garrison that was top secret, because of this national park that covered it. And we took this, I mean the weakness of them, the lack of infrastructure, the lack of everything except the great nature, as the biggest advantage. We made a survey, we made a marketing survey and posed the question to the expert, how should we brand this place? And everybody said that Baltic, for the initiated, for only those who knows, is an excellent branding claim. And we used this Baltic for the initiated claim to highlight this place. And what appears? It appears that this place is really building a tremendous attractiveness with the unspoiled nature, with the products. That's the example of the products we propose to the place and are being implemented now. The products based on the birds, like the Birds Paradise, the products based on the cycling, on this net of the roads I told you. Then the product based on the history of the place that was very primitive, we would say, because no urbanization was there. Only the old old Kalambach houses existed, and of course the active holidays. I would like to show you and give you the maps of this place and to show you how can we promote the place basis on the nature as a biggest advantage, as a biggest thing to highlight on marketing. Smodzino, yes, Smodzino is over here. It's over here. It's the headquarters of the national park in Smodzino. I'll give you the map to show you it. And this place is really outstanding. It's very popular. I will tell you that in the Lonely Planet ranking, it's the #1 spot to visit in Poland, in their opinion. The Lonely Planet guys visited all the Poland with Krakow, Wrocław, Warsaw, and so on, and listed this place on the first place. Because it's so unspoiled, it's so savage, and it's so undiscovered. And therefore it's so very interesting. We recommended this place not to spoil the image, not to spoil what they've got. We recommended them to, of course, do the signage system for the cyclist, but to do it in a very traditional way. We, of course, recommended them to sign everything what should be signed for the tourist streams, but to do it in a very traditional way, using the wood, not using the steel, not using the glass, but to be very extremely natural and very authentic at the same time. The other thing on the Baltic level, the other candy we'd like to taste with you is the design. Let's think about the Finland. A few years ago, when we say Finland, or even now, we think, do we think about the liquid to drink, or do we think about the country? There are in fact two very strong brands of Finland. I would even pose the question if the liquid to drink, the vodka brand, isn't stronger than the country brand. And what happens in Finland? In Finland, in fact, we do not have everything what can be globally recognized as #1. In Finland, we've got the capital, Helsinki, which is not a great city. It's, I would say, a medium town, even in the Baltic scale. And in this Helsinki, we of course get a cathedral. But is this cathedral great? No. This cathedral is a medium-sized church in Gdańsk or in St. Petersburg. We've got a fish market, but is this fish market great? No, absolutely not. In Gdynia we've got bigger fish market. In Seattle we've got the best fish market in the world. There is a famous composer that comes from Helsinki that nobody knows, Mr. Sibelius. Is he great? No, he's not great. We've got a lot of better composers in Europe. So what to do now? What should we focus on promotion? Think it over. We make something new. We make something new that is very hot topic now. They decided to base on design. Helsinki, together with Espoo, Vantaa, Lahti and Kaunani, decided to base on design. And this Helsinki, this really not very well-known place for any reason, is a world design capital in this year. They access the net of cooperation of design cities, and they are the design capital this year. That's a very strong statement, they say. They say they want to develop. They don't have a history. They don't have a tremendous nature in the scale of work life. But they are building the new history, the new heritage now with a design. And that's also a story they are telling. That's not the story of the past, that's the story that is happening. And it may be the reason to visit Helsinki now, because there's a lot of things going on. The fourth point of my presentation is the question: can we think about the Baltic as the best taste in the world destination? In my opinion, yes. In my opinion, it's really something that we can focus on promotion. In my opinion, this trend is so very strong, and we on the Baltic seashore has got such undiscovered plenty of a seafood, extremely fresh, extremely good, that we can really make an excellent culinary destination. Why do I say so? Because in, for example, America, about 12% of Atlantic trips, of overseas trips, 12% of overseas trips are motivated by culinary travel. Americans travel to shop and to eat. And that's the trend we as Europeans also follow. Think over how many souvenirs from Egypt, from Tunisia and other countries can we bring to our house? Where to put them? Where to store them? We don't need them. We don't want to buy them. We don't want to take it home. We want to take home some experience, some taste we tried, some original, authentic cuisine. As a cuisine is a demonstration of a culture, is a demonstration of nature. Because good cuisine is always based on the nature, it's always based on the fresh ingredients. And we take home the taste. We take home something that we paid very well. Because, as you know, in culinary economy, let's say, in culinary business, the added value is great. You take the ingredient, you take the carrot, you take the fish, you pay €1, you sell it €100 if you are the great cook. So the added value is great. The Scandinavians know how to add the value to the things. We on the Baltic seashore should know and follow this trend as well. As you can see, the culinary traveling is one of the most popular reasons to travel and is getting more and more popular. Let's see what we've got in Copenhagen. This guy you see is the best cook in the world 2011, named Rasmus Kofoed, and he runs the restaurant Geranium, which is considered the 24th best in the world. Best in the world, I mean, all the Singapore, Hong Kong, New Yorks, Tokyos, and Paris, and so on, and so on. He's considered the best cook, he's considered the 24th restaurant. This guy here is René Redzepi. This guy is running the #1 globally restaurant, Noma Copenhagen. You want to know the secret of their success? They only base on the Baltic ingredients. They only base on the ingredients you can find near the Copenhagen. They don't use the tomatoes, they don't use the extra virgin oil, they don't use the pastas, they don't use the wines. No, the wines they use, okay, they use the vodka as well. But They are not looking, for example, to the Italy, and they are not claiming that they are doing the Italian cuisine. No, they are doing the modern, I would say, Baltic cuisine, based on the Baltic ingredients. And they are claimed #1 in the world. I made a quick research, and in this research I discovered that in the ranking that is the world's most recognized ranking, I mean the San Pellegrino best restaurants, throughout the 50 restaurants, the best restaurants in the world, 6 are located in the Baltic Sea area. That's a great potential, really, believe me, that's a great potential we can base on. That's a potential we can sell very well. What else? There are a lot, like I think 50 or 60 restaurants from the Michelin Guide awarded with 1 or 2 stars. That's also a wonderful score. Also in Poland, we've got some very good team of chefs that are developing very fast, and they are chasing the stars of the Michelin ranking, and they are making a tremendous careers. That may be another candy in this culinary Baltic destination. I'd like to introduce you Mr. Artur, that is really the outstanding chef on the level of the fish from the Baltic Sea, extremely fresh. He's cooking in Sopot, so in the resort, in the Baltic resort, the best Polish resort. Let me introduce Ewa Olejnicza. She's only 29 years old, and she runs a restaurant in Sheraton Sopot. She's considered the best female cook in Poland. One of her dish on the auction was paid 50,000 zlotys. On the auction, it was paid 50,000 zlotys. She's a genius, I would say. Then we've got Mr. Bogdan Gałązka, who is the chef on the Malbork Castle, and he's discovering or rediscovering the cuisine of the great master of the Teutonics that ran the Malbork Castle for a few centuries. He made a book out of it. There is also a lot of guys that are connecting the branch, connecting the culinary, the gastronomy branch in Pomeranian. I mean Mr. Krzysztof Szulborski, who is the president of Chef and Masters, and also Mr. Andrzej Ławniczak, who is the author of Amber Soup. Amber Soup. He discovered Amber Soup, very original, I would say, very Baltic dish that is also promoted by regional authorities. And what more? This is a real potential. This is a real potential, and my last sentence is that now in United States of America there is a company called Culinary Vacations Poland that is doing nothing more than bringing Americans to Polish regions just to discover the Polish cuisine. Why not to make such a company, such a cooperation on the Baltic level? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your patience and attention, and thank you, Marta, for your...
The floor is. Well, thank you very much. I think we become a little bit hungry, but now it's time for a little bit about modern marketing tools. We are used to traditional promotion, to traditional forms of promotion like fairs, printing brochures, printing materials, but maybe we should look for custom solutions, and we follow the rule stand out or die. It really works. And Artur, how will you do it?
Thank you, Marta. Good morning, everybody. Yes, this rule, everyone knows this rule, and within 15 minutes I'm going to prove how true this rule is. And, maybe I'll show at the beginning what me and my co-workers from Agency for Promotion of Cities and Regions don't like, and what we never do, never. Most of you recognize the hostesses on the streets, in shopping malls, tourist fairs, trade fairs, or leaflets in your house, in mailboxes. And I think the most of you don't like advertisement. So the problem is how to be visible, how to communicate to your customers when the people don't like advertisement. Especially when cities, regions sometimes don't have so big budget like companies, like business companies selling washing powder or electronics. What to do? So first of all, let me give 15 seconds to prepare first topic.
Now you can imagine what he is going to do. What thought he would make. No. Oh,
That's much better. I think I'm the only one speaker yesterday they so warmly dressed. It's nothing funny. In winter time it's normal. Outside of the building at minus 18 degrees, it's normal. Now, so how to bring your advertisement to people's notice? You will remember me, I think. You need just a little bit of sand in the winter time. You need very brave girls. We had also brave men, but I used the pictures of girls on purpose. I have to add that Marta is also very brave because she approved this project. And the result? Skiers in 2 Polish resorts has a chance to see the part of Baltic in summertime. What was so important? The target group, the people which are skiers. Skiing, it's not cheap. It's expensive sport. The people who likes to spend the time in Poland, because, for example, the language barrier, the Polish currency, everything, it's really great target. It's very, very possible they would like to come back in summertime to the sea. And here you will see the second part of this action in summertime. Santa Claus on the beach. Dry ice. The communicate what's to come to Baltic in winter time, because it's not only a destination for, as usually we suppose, just for summertime. You can Nordic walking, spa, even skiing, but walking on the skis, anything what you want, just to spend the time. What is very important in this topic? The media publicity. This is very big value. As you see, this first action in winter, only two such events, gives estimated 20 times the cost of events. It was in all Polish television, public television, private channels, all radio stations, internet, everywhere. Let me put it off. And now, how to stop the people from the crowd and make them study your ad. For example, if I will try, look here, looking for something, you will be thinking what I see over here and why I'm doing so. So we are now, I have to start this video. We are now in Berlin. This is the Hauptbahnhof of Berlin, so the main railway station. The most important place, Kreuz. And people was very surprised. They saw the people looking for something on the floor, or even deeper. From bigger distance, they supposed it's such kind of artistic installation. From closer distance, they discovered these are just mannequins. But what are they doing? They was stopping, they was looking, and they was looking for information. What we gonna show them? And the key to the solution was only this man, only one staying with the newspaper. The newspaper was in German language, with answer. It was the answer to the question: the treasures underground. It was an action for Polish region Małopolska, the southern Poland, because they have underground museum, they have 2 salt mines, they have caves, and many something special, different than the others. Result you see only in foreign, Die Welt, Stern, Chicago Tribune, and in Poland you can imagine. It was very noisy in media. In addition, I was, you can see in this movie, the flash mob. It was a group of 300 Polish students. There was an ITB, and they decided to support this action. In one moment, everyone was looking for something, and finally gave a gift, a symbol of Małopolska, so the red coral to the people which visiting the railway station. Okay. How to draw the audience into unwitting participation in the ad campaign. Okay, I could speak to you like now, ladies and gentlemen, but I can do it follows. Dear passengers, please don't smoke, fasten the seatbelts. You know the situation. And now I'm using this room that you are sitting in the front of me, and you can imagine that you are in an airplane. You are not. You don't plan to come here to fly. You come here to look at this. So what we done in Krakow? Direction Gdańsk, Gdynia, Sopot. Normal escalators. In 4 days, we checked, more than 60,000 people used these escalators. We don't count the people downstairs, upstairs, just estimated direct marketing to the people. And we put the plane. The people felt like in plane. It was new destination, partnership with airlines Eurolot. Even the briefing for journalists was prepared like in airplanes. It was typical catering from Polish airplanes. Journalist was delighted as usually. The same great effect. Newspapers, TV. This, by the way, big handicap when we are promoting the cities and regions, not commercial brands, because journalists can say about this. And it is very big force to use journalists as countries, regions, cities. If I will be advertising Toyota, for example, nobody will write about this, because it's prohibited, not allowed. How to handle an advertising campaign only with one billboard. Hi, it's me. Now I'm here. I'm on this billboard. I moved into two-dimensional picture to show the difference between 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions. Now you will see in the next few slides what we can do with only one billboard in the whole country to be visible. This billboard was also alive. So I'm coming back to our conference room. And I came back. 2 Polish famous actors, popular from movie serials. And only one billboard in Warsaw, in the main street, at the main street. First few hours, they was really on this, you can see Polish mountains, ski lift, effect of 3 dimensions, not only effect, it was the real part of ski lift. real people. Live TV program, because it was so interesting that famous actors decide to promote Polish region, Polish mountains in December in Warsaw. Whole next day our staff, and in the night and whole next month the mannequins. But people in Warsaw, they knew the first day the actors, so they supposed they're still alive people. They was afraid for the labor code. It's not allowed to work for children in the night and hide and for 1 month. The same effect like before. Media, internet, everything. It would be great if I could show, it's impossible, if I could show your faces right now. When you see yourself, wow, it's me. So it's difficult to use your faces right now. So how are you using your symbols, your public space? The last action in Toruń. Toruń, it's 152 kilometers with a new highway from Gdańsk. And was we would like to convince the people from Toruń to spend the weekend in Gdańsk. Mikołaj Copernicus, Nicolaus Copernicus, very famous citizen of Europe, sailor. But he has a lot of monuments in Poland, and one very popular in Toruń. So we decided to make special monument, like a cast of bronze, in a autobianchi cabrio, with the luggage, ready to go. Where are you going to spend your weekend in May? Not only in May. Information, people in Toruń suppose it's a kind of new monument made by city or something like this, and suddenly the monument disappeared after 1 week. Can you believe the Polish public television showed this action twice? With monument, and after 1 week, without monument. Because where is Copernicus? And the answer, at Baltic Sea. Support of billboards. Sometimes we don't say billboards are banned. The idea, the information for the drivers. Distance with amber 1, allowed speed, and the time you need to move to Gdańsk. Support of postage, everyone used these yellow cards. When the monument disappeared, people received something like this in the night, and pamphlets in the shops. Shops are closed at 1st of May in Poland, and it's closed. This weekend we are at Baltic Sea. And just at the end, because tourist fairs can be also interesting, so I show you this below. You saw the mannequins. Mannequins was a part of the bigger promotion last year on ITB in Berlin. Here you see the last ITB, 2012. This one with partnership with Air Berlin. The coral, it's a symbol of Małopolska since few years. So that's what we are using now. We still using the same symbol everywhere on these shirts, as a gift here in this section, and even as this vehicle. It was a vehicle which took visitors of fairs direct to Małopolska, but not to Krakow with Air Berlin. It was just a metaphor. So we moved them to Małopolska stand. They could view the spot of Air Berlin, spot of Małopolska, and be like a VIPs on our stand. Below now we will see the last year, 2011. You know the situation from airport, very typical, but it was our joke. Everyone was checked. Are you having a coral inside? This red coral? No, people was not. And with a trick of our staff, like magic, oh, here you are, it was a coral, and invitation to Polska stand, and on this stand again big color you will see in a few seconds. What will be the machine? You will see the machine collecting the business cards, showing the spot, and giving some gifts to the people. That's all. That's all what we just examples. It's not all what we done in the last 2 years, but I hope I convinced you that just the leaflets, just boring tourism fairs, without support, without standing out, it's not visible, and nobody will remember what you are doing. Even if you spend big money, for just small money, you can be visible, and the people will remember your tender. That's all. I will finish it faster. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Artur. As you see, we have a great fun working with him, and we are really satisfied. Sometimes it looks like a joke, but it's really hard work to prepare such good events. But we like it very much, and our bosses trust us, so that's why we made such decisions. And finally, I'd like to ask Krystyna to share with her experience and to tell. I would like to ask for some example of the cooperation between Baltic tour operators and who are the key partners on tourist market and tourist offer preparation offer. Yeah. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Marta. We all agreed at the same sentence yesterday. It will be very hard for me to talk as the last person after such a wonderful, not even presentations, shows and performances. So my presentation, my speech might be rather boring because I'm not going to change my dress, nothing like that. I'm not going to show you any films. I would like to pay your attention on the project we are focused on right now. It's also a part of marketing, but today we talked about modern tools, innovatory solutions in terms of touristic marketing. We talked about branding and so on. And the reason why are we doing it? Because simply we want to attract the people. But what when the people are already attracted? Because the interest of our Baltic destination is rising. Even though we don't have one strong brand, the diversity of the region might be problematic, and it's very hard to find some compromise. But the people are attracted, and the people are coming here, and simply they are searching for the offer. If someone wants to go somewhere, he needs to have a package, an offer that is possible to buy. And it doesn't matter if someone goes to the tourist agency, to the tourist office, or use the online companies. It doesn't matter. It depends on the preferences. It doesn't matter what he's searching for. Individual offers, group offers. If someone is interested in longer vacation or short breaks, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The offer must exist. And the quality and the preparation depends on the preferences. So it's very important to start to work to the private sector. We are all focused on promoting the destination. We are focused on creating the offer, but we need to start to sell it. And how Facebook connects the people. We within Enjoy South Baltic project would like to connect the tour operators. We would like to give some tools supporting the network cooperation. We would like to support the selling network system. We would like to support also the process of creation these products, because the products must be based on our unique and specific resources, but it must be combined in a way that brings profits, economical profits. And just a very short background, why are we doing it? Why we decided to follow this idea? The answer is also very simple. For us it's obvious and simple, because for past 2 years we lead one of the flagships defined within Baltic Sea strategy. We are responsible, Pomorskie Tourist Board and Office of the Marshal, the Pomorskie Voivodeship, is responsible for the flagship 12.9, dedicated to cultural heritage and unique landscapes. We provided some monitoring analysis upon ongoing projects in the field of tourism, and the people, the local authorities, regional tourist board and the whole tourist branch do really a lot of things, really important things. A lot of analysis, a lot of projects focus on infrastructural issues, building, for example, cycling roads. They are also creating the packages, but no one cooperates directly to the private sector. This was the missing link, something that really didn't exist. That's why we decided to undertake this task and to see how it will work. We don't know it yet because no one did it already. It will be a pilot project, as I can say. We are doing it, of course, step by step. We divided the project into 3 stages. The first stage was dedicated to the analyzing, monitoring, and you had a chance in the morning to find out about the results. Within this analysis, we decided on the subject we would like to focus on. We decided upon target groups, target markets, and right now we are in the stage of creation. What does it mean? It means that right now we will be working to our domestic tour operators, Lithuanian, Polish and Germany, in terms of building the whole high quality offer packages within the subject we defined. And then in the last stage of the project we will try to launch this offer into the market. So we will try to start the cooperation to the tour operators from the target countries. We follow the rule that we notice, of course, I think you will agree, that for example, if a tourist from Spain would like to come to Poland for holidays, he doesn't search for the offer in Poland, he's searching for the offer in Spain. That's why we need to launch our tour operators to the tour operators from Spain that have direct communication to the customers from Spain target group, the target market. And this is also obvious for us, and we need to be sure, and we need to aware of the situation that having only offer is not enough. Offer without a provider and without a client simply doesn't exist. That's why I'm focusing so much and I'm paying your attention on the process of commercialization. And in the morning also our colleagues from Believe Consulting showed you our webpage. We are now working on balticsea.travel. It will be a platform of communication between us, between Baltic states, and our target groups. The webpage will be divided into 3 categories. As you see, it will be a place where tour operators will find the information about the destination, about the potential, about the subjects, the tour packages, everything that might be useful to prepare this offer. Of course, there will be also a a space on this web page where this network between tour operators might be built. So there will be a marketplace of the offers, some private channels for direct communication will be opened. So all the useful tools for fruitful cooperation will be prepared. As I said, right now we are working on the content. The webpage is available, but it will be functioning from July, I suppose. Of course, right now we don't have much time to talk about the whole project and the whole system we would like to implement. It was a very short overview. I have some materials I can give you, and I will be asking you for spreading this information, especially to the private sector, to the tour operators, tour agencies, or to the tourist branch you are working with. We are also available for you, me, Johannes from Mecklenburg-Vorpommern Tourist Board, who is our partner. We are ready also for individual conversations, and we are open for cooperation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Krystyna. The coffee break just starts in a few seconds, not minutes. But anyway, I hope that you will have some questions to give our experts. As you see, multi-level cross-border cooperation and very brave sometimes, but creative solutions are the key to success of building an attractive image and perception of Baltic Sea as an attractive tourist destination. And you have seen Polish approach to this subject, but we are very interested about your opinion and your questions. So now the floor is yours. Please ask us, and maybe we will have a small discussion.
Maybe I'm loud enough. I'm Andreas from the Hanseatic City, and I'm a project manager of the Interface project. And together with the Gdynians was developed a very nice movie, because we had the aim, or we have the aim, to produce a cross-border tourist product. That means the ferry goes over the Baltic, and the other nation, in this case the Swedes, have to know about Gdynia and the potentials and the football games. And so I guess we have also altogether the challenge and the task to advertise ourselves in Baltic Sea region. Because if we attract Arab or Spanish or South Brazilian people, that is one business. But main business seems to be to win the interest of Baltic Sea people to visit each other, instead to go to Spain, instead to go to America and so on. That was my comment.
Thank you very much. Maybe somebody would like to ask. You have a small present because you were brave. Who else would like to answer? We have to encourage you.
Sorry about delaying the coffee for a couple of minutes. But I'd like to ask Mr. Gonera if he's confident that we will one day find a whole brand for the whole Baltic Sea region, or if at the end we will be satisfied with maybe just defining individual parts of the Baltic. And if you are confident that we'll find a big solution, are there any ideas on the table yet?
Okay, thank you very much. That's very really outstanding question. Excellent, because I'm posing it myself quite often, at least a few times a year when I attend such meetings like this. And the truth is that there is no good answer yet, because it all depends on us. As I said, now there is also an approach not to build a whole Baltic brand, but to distinguish it into two, into Scandinavia, and build something totally new, like a South Baltic, because these places are mostly ex-USSR, let's say, states. Of course, we were independent, but because of the Sovietic times, we are at least 20, 40 years behind the image of Scandinavia. And now, maybe, from what we see, we should consider consolidating on the southern bank of Baltic and build Artur brand. Maybe that's the solution on the, I would say, European level. Because on the global level, on the cruise level, for instance, Baltic is perfect solution because Baltic is growing, number one, growing destination in terms of cruise growth. It's better than Caribbean. It's better than fjords in Norway, than every destination in terms of cruise. Because when we are cruising, we are visiting south, north, east, west, and that's perfect. But when we are going on vacation, we don't consume the whole Baltic. We can only consume one state or two states, one province, two provinces, that's all. Cezary made a great trip around the Baltic. We can do it, of course, but that's a challenge. That's a challenge we need 2-3 weeks to do. Normally, to spend a vacation, we rather go to destination South Baltic or Scandinavia. And that may be the answer for the question. But so far, I don't want to decide, because it's not me to decide, it's we to decide. If we want to cooperate together, and maybe on the global level together, on the European, we can have two brands, two excellent brands. Southern Baltic, that's a really excellent brand to build together with Germans, with Lithuanians, and that's something I'm 100% convinced. Thank you, Mr. Artur.
Okay. Could you give him cards because he was very good? Do you have any questions? If not, don't hesitate to contact with us because now this main session starts, and unfortunately I'm not sure if we can follow to put some questions. So thank you very much for your attention. I hope that you will have good memories from this meeting. Thank you.
If somebody wants to have a map from Smolgino, which is undiscovered Baltic, I've got some to give you.